Hi, welcome to CyberArk. Today I'm going to show you how to set up and testing iDaptive connector. This video will cover two parts. Part 1 talking about install setup iDaptive connector. This connector is established communication between iDaptive SaaS services and local Active Directory domain. And the part 2 is talking about how to test your setup. For example, add the AD user into iDaptive core services and also add the web applications to that user. Let's talk about some of the requirements for the iDaptive connector. You need to install the iDaptive connector into Windows server. Virtual or physical is also okay. These Windows servers must be running on the Windows 2012, 12R, 2 and 2016 and must be running on 64-bit with 8 GB memory minimum. It has to able to connect to internet for accessing our iDaptive SaaS services, and the servers must be installed Microsoft.NET version 4.5 or later, and the server should be always running and able to access. And then let's talk about the network requirements. So for the detail, please go to our iDaptive online doc. We're showing you the link on the screen already. After that, you search the keyword called firewall and external IP address requirements. Let's take a look of the document website. Once you access the document website, you can see what is the port you need to open from the firewall and where is our iDaptive SaaS data center IP address also. Okay, let's start. Now we are going to part 1. Let's log into iDaptive SaaS portal. After you log in, you will see the left hand side, the menu bar. One of the options is called download. Just click the download, and then you will see the right hand side, an option for you to download. So trying to see one of the items is called iDaptive connector. Okay, so then you click download buttons. After you download, just go to the download folder where your Windows server, and then you will see one of the installer is called iDaptive Manager Suite. Related to the latest versions. Double click, run it, just click next, accept the license, and then you will see one of the options for you to asking what you should install, but it just take a default setting for simple installations. And then just click install. Alright, once you install, then you will see the message telling you finish. Just click finish. After finish, it will pop up a configurations wizard for you to follow the configurations. Next. After you click the next, they will ask you the your iDaptive tenants, administrator, user, and the password. Type your user ID and the password. Enable the strong encryption protocol. Then click next. If you have proxy between your iDaptive connector and the internet, just fill this one. For my cases, I don't have, so I just click next. Now this setting is request the AD account to activate the iDaptive property page in the AD administration screen. So you have two options. One is using your current user ID, but for my cases, my current login this server ID is not a domain admin, so I will choose the other ones. Okay, so now I have a user ID and a password for my AD domain account. Click next. Now this option is asking you allow which domains, the AD domain, where the iDaptive able to do the user delete activity. So this one I will select. My demo domain is called cyber.com. Next. Next, you will say yes to assign the permissions to the collector. Now, the collector is configuring himself and do checking with the internet connections. So once all connection is success, you will see like these screens. Then you can go next. If you see any error here, try to check what is the error messages, and then try to troubleshoot it and fix it. Now I'm click next. Continue the installations and configurations. Alright, now the configuration done already, so you can see this message. Connector setup is completed. Just click finish. Okay, after you click finish, you can see a pop-up window showing you the configuration is done, and the make sure the software is up to date, and then you can see server is you are installed into a Windows server called COM1, and my Activity account ID you can see here. Okay, then you can click connector. On the connector, you can have the further configurations if you want to change it in the future. Okay. Now, just code this one. Next step is request you to restart the server to enable all the configurations. Just click yes. Now we can go to iDaptive SaaS portal. In the left hand side, the menu bar, go down to the setting. Under setting, you will see a option called network. Click the network. Now you can see iDaptive collector. What iDaptive collector you have? So for my cases, I installed few collector already, so that's why you can see different name here. But for the one I just installed, this will be the first one. I just click this one. You can see the domain name, server names, and what is the version using, the last ping happening, and then enable the services, the detail here. Okay, make sure in the right hand side the status is active. Now the iDaptive collector is successful install and connect to the iDaptive server, backend server already. Using the last ping happening, and then enable the services, the detail here. Okay, make sure in the right hand side the status is active. Now the iDaptive collector is successful install and connect to the iDaptive server, backend server already. Okay, now going to part 2. After we set up the collector, so now we can try to test it. Is the integrations work or not? Now you can see in front of you, we have AD. The AD, we have an account called Sandy. Okay, let's go to iDaptive SaaS console. User in the left hand side, you can see a button called user under core services, In there you can invite a user. So I invite a user from the AD, Cindy. Okay, so now you can see the account. We can search, go through the iDaptive connector, and you can see it's highlighted as the AD account. Just click invite. For my cases, I will send the SMS to the user instead of send an email. But for your cases, you can choose email or SMS. It's up to you. Now I send an invite. Okay, so after I click send an invite, let's refresh the console. Now you can see Cindy is here, but it's still invite, not activate. Now I'm checking the SMS from the phone, so I just click the phone to accept the invite. So once I accept the invite, I do refresh the user list again. Now you can see the user is activated already. Let's continue the demos. So for my cases, I integrated the iDaptive with CyberArk PWA already. So how to use the account? I just invite and activate. Very easier. I just go to the role. Under the role, I have CyberArk Core Pass. I add this user into I add this new user, Cindy, into this CyberArk Core Pass group to allow her able to use the PWA multi-factor and single sign-on later. Let's save it. Okay. All right. Let's go to a user logons. Okay. So the user will be cindy@cyber.com. Next. Once I click next, I just type the password, and then next I will have a SMS to my mobile phone, and just accept. Okay, so and then I can log in already. So the user Cindy after she log in to see a CyberArk PWA SAML login. Just click this one. Now you can see the single sign-ons is activated already, and you can see all the account from the PWA. Alright, just done the setup demos. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.